okay. I kind of feel like a snack, just a little snack here, just to serve TV.
I think I need some tea with honey,
You
quite
need,
frankly, Michael
you might
Bryant.
need to settle your stomach a little
Look
bit.
at that.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Just everyone knows that. I even moved the computer almost to a little thing. Yeah,
yeah. Be careful there.
that kind of day.
Yeah, I understand. Well, let's try not to overwork ourselves here. It is what we're calling Donna Adelson's last call, or is it calls? Something like that.
As the Adelsons turn on one another.
I just want to tell everybody.
Started to fall asleep there.
Yeah, no, that is actually you, the vocal actor. Everyone thought it was AI, right? And you see these comments.
Probably could have used
No,
AI. That would have been great.
That's you, the vocal actor. It's great.
Yeah.
It's the Edelman's in case you didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you something new.
So as people know, we've been gathering the documents as Donna Adelson's tenancy has continued at the Leon County Jail. Well, now she's gone. We know she's in that interim facility where they're figuring out where she's going to go for the rest of her life. That's a commitment. And so I got the last order of the phone call. So I thought we'd go through these as we have in the past. I also got the visitor's log. We mentioned this the other day because one visitor. This covers the entire span of time she was in the Leon County facility. So basically a year and a half, give or take, and one person only. And it was the person whose last name is very interesting, Orichman, and it's Chana, Chana, which I think is probably pronounced like Chana. Does that sound right?
Right.
A little bit of in there. So people had said, well, yeah, isn't that the one that she was talking about when she was, when she was having her discussion with the police? And sure enough, so I went back, dredged this up, and if nothing else, it allows us to hear maybe a touch of Jane. Remember Jane?
Oh, Jane, the name for her, right?
Oy, Jane. Let me
The
fire
friend.
this off. Yeah, her perfect, or just this. I listen to it as I'm listening. The affect is so cringy because she is clearly one of those people that loves to be part of whatever's happening, and she's just inappropriately laughing, at the wrong times about somebody shooting Dan Markel. It's just crazy.
We're just really struggling with the idea that he's there alone. Okay. And he's very religious. Okay. Extremely. And I didn't.
You are hearing that, right?
Yes, I am hearing that.
Okay.
This earlier, but I can give you the names of the two rabbis in town, and I think they should be called. Okay. And at least he's not, because his family hasn't, nobody's there with him.
Yeah. If Sarah, can you write down these names?
Because I think if they could go, whatever's happening, whatever state he's in, some kind of blessing is required. Okay. Okay. So I don't have any phone numbers. Okay. But Jack Romberg is the name of
Romberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the name of one of the rabbis. The other rabbi has a name that's going to take you a while to spell. His name.
Sometimes those are the easy ones because I find.
Hold it. I feel like I'm in a hurry here.
I know it sounded like that.
1.35. Hey, I never thought of 1.35. Obviously, when I was listening to it earlier, I couldn't do it at normal speed. It was killing me. I was taking up a lot of time. But let's make sure we hear her discussion of this name in real time.
The other rabbi has a name that's going to take you a while to spell. His name.
Sometimes those are the easy ones because I find one and that's the only one there is.
His name is Schnoyer Oirichman.
Common spelling on it.
That's really good.
Jane is like having a great time. They're talking about giving the rabbi's name for last rites, effectively, for Dan Markel.
Right.
And
it's
just a hoot.
But his last name is Oirichman, Oirecchman. His first name is Schnoyer, Schnoyer.
I'm just Googling rabbi.
Okay, and that, of course, is the rabbi, husband of Chana Orichman. So, and she did spell it correctly, so good for her. Anyway, just want to clear that up, that little dot of information up before
just so you know, that's like a public document. That's a police tape, police interview that was available to the public. It was hard to see through all the watermarks that were on that public police tape available to the public.
I do think that's interesting that people, I don't mind the bug in the corner that says law and crime because that's how they aired it, and we're just like, but to watermark it like you own it.
In the middle.
I see it all the time. We don't do that. I see that all the time on some of these very public pool camera feeds or other. They just stamp their. I don't get it. Anyway, and this one was more challenging because the audio was horrible, and when they enhanced the audio, it got out of sync. So you end up with a choice of mouth in sync with the words that you can't hear very well, or hearing it and then putting up with them being a little bit out of sync and a little bit foggy. Because every time we see these videos, this was obviously 2014, might as well have been 1964. I mean,
Right.
the quality is brutal. I don't understand it. Anyway, so it's time to play Who's Been Calling Donna, or more appropriately, Who's Donna Been Calling? So we know some of her favorites.
Is this kind of like Mad Libs again?
Yeah, we
I
still,
want to know if I'm going to be
next time we get a redacted document, we'll definitely fire that up again. For those who missed out on that, look, just search Mad Libs in our library, and you'll see where we had a little interesting
and
adventure.
we were mad libbing Aiden's redacted, Aiden Dr. Turbo's redacted motion, and we went at it. We went at it pretty good.
Got a little weird. Okay, so Jackie Fulford, as before, many of the calls to her, and she, of course, was the counsel for Donna Adelson, and Harvey, the husband. 36 calls to Harvey, and this is just the last week that she was in custody. Actually, it's only 5 days, from the 8th of October through the 13th, which was the day of sentencing, and that's when basically that was it. And she got back that night, and we've shared that video, and we didn't watermark that video either, which we got and then shared, as we did with all the other stuff. Anyway, so all of those calls with Jackie Fulford, most of them coming on the day of sentencing. Remember the sentencing was in the afternoon, so there were a number of calls in the morning. Then there are these two to Timothy Greg Johnson. He's in North Carolina. Nobody's been able to tell me who that is. Family friend. We know there's some connections to North Carolina. There was a call to Raleigh, Asheboro, North Carolina. That did not have a name attached to it. And so that's a bit of a mystery there. But these are calls that over these periods of time that we've looked at are kind of consistent, people that she's touched base with. And at this point, it's a little unclear as to who, why, where. So
JSTV sleuthers.
Get out there.
Help. Those of
Timothy Greg Johnson, typical spelling of all that. Timothy Greg Johnson in North Carolina. Yeah. A couple of calls. Let me see if they were, curiosity, I didn't note this, to see if they were long calls. Sometimes this gives you not just completed calls, but incomplete calls. And quite often, she did not connect with whomever she was looking at or for. Let's see if I can find his real quick. The 919 number. I'll give you the area code. That's it. I'm not trying to dox the guy. Although these are public records, I feel that we have a certain obligation not to do that. This was a call completed and was 152 seconds. Quick. How many minutes is that?
150.
That's not even 3 minutes.
No, if you have 60 seconds a minute,
that's correct.
120, and then you put 120, and so it's not even 3 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
So that's more time than just hitting an answering machine. Although you could be listening to a message.
That's all. You think about it. That is a major. That's a sales.
People don't use. People don't use messages anymore. They don't use message machines. But I'm just thinking that you never know.
I think it's a short conversation. You and I could talk for 2.5 minutes. We'd cram a lot in there.
Yeah.
So whatever it was, that did connect. That was the one call. There were two total. Let me see if I can find the other one while I'm looking here. See if it was at or about the same time of day, or was it in the following week? Again, this is a record of only the last 5 days she was there, and his name came up a number of times before. Yeah.
And Michael Bryant went and got these, right? He went and got these. He asked for these under the request. He got these. He's reviewing them in front of you so you can see. Just like we're sleuthing. And that reminds me, if you haven't checked out The Hunt on Justice Search TV, you have to be a member. We're searching for a killer right now. All right. So if you want to become a member, hit that subscribe button, hit the membership. Membership is paying, subscribe is free. Subscribe, share, like, and notify is free. Membership to become part of the hunt and sleuth with us is at least $2.99 a month.
And on that topic, let me finish this thought. The other call to Mr. Johnson was incomplete. So she tried twice, got a hold of him, spoke for 2.5, 3 minutes, and that was the end of that. So fill us in on Timothy Greg Johnson if you can. On the member front,
Or come on the show. Timothy Greg, if you're listening to
Oh,
this,
yeah.
Timothy Greg Johnson, come on the show. We'll talk to you.
yeah, and again, we know they have a some sort of familiar or friend connection to North Carolina. So on the member front, the book club is launching next week, and that's a member perk as well. So we've been making a concerted effort here really to appreciate our members, to grow that membership. And it's been in the first year, now we're into the very beginning of year 2. We're making an effort to try and, add some value to those memberships. So
Right, and I do see somebody is there's people now joining the Supreme Court. I may put them in charge if they want to of something of helping with sleuth for the killer that we're searching for. Again, you have to
like
be
be
a
a
member to find out.
coordinator of some sort.
Coordinator, right? Since
Yeah.
we'll have our next meeting probably next week. We'll have our first actual meeting. I'm trying to figure out how to do that next week, but yes, they're on the hunt already. There are members
Yeah.
on the hunt.
And you could do that. You can do that through StreamYard,
Right.
because you got what do we have 10 seats. I can't remember
Right.
for guests and everything. So
Mhm.
you could bring a lot of people in a little gathering for that.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, just yet another again member perk. We're trying to grow the membership base. All right, then that's I feel better. I've had a little snack. Feel a little better. Sometimes you just need a little snack, and so that's what I got. Thank you, Linda Kenny Bod. Say thank you, Michael Bryant.
Thank you, Michael Bryant.
Try to do the right